Hello and welcome back to Joga Bonito. This is episode number 2 and today we're going to have a look at some improvements that need to be made to the club. There are quite a few things that we need to get cracking with and I'm going to show you what I've been doing to try and get off to a good start in this save. So let's go and have a look at what I've been up to. Just having a look at the club info at the start then. There you can see the information about the club. We are a professional team. Obviously we have excellent training facilities which could be useful. The youth facilities aren't great, only average. Our finances are pretty poor. We have a decent reputation here. There are some of our club legends, etc, etc, and icons. Dida in there I can see nice and quickly. Luis Felipe Scolari's there, Juan Pablo Sorin, some interesting characters. And then this is our captain Henrique. He is a central midfielder, 33 years old. Interesting that there's quite a lot of old players here. And for a team that they say not to sign any over 30s, they've got a lot of players who are over 30. Perhaps that's why they don't want us to buy any more. Fabio is the vice-captain, the goalkeeper. He's 38, by the way. And then Thiago Neves, key player. Our hot prospect is Vinicius Popo, apparently. He's a 17-year-old striker who looks okay. Lots of potential apparently. He doesn't look amazing, but he looks okay. Maybe we'll try and use him this season. And here's just a few of the other things here that we looked at. And we have these as our affiliates. Monaco, it's just there is no kind of loans or anything there, which is, they're not going to loan us anyone. But we do have links with Monaco and then a few other smaller teams. A couple of Portuguese teams, this Canupia in Trinidad and Tobago, and Lokomotiv Plovdiv in Bulgaria. The transfer budget that we've received at the start is only £2.8 million, and we are also only going to be receiving 20% of any transfer revenue that is made available. We have a wage budget of £350,000, and we are currently spending £326,000 of that. So it's not going to be a particularly easy window. If I just show you who they've brought in already, they've already signed Rodriguinho for 3.1 million from Pyramids, and then a few loans. Pedro Roca from Spartak Moscow looks quite good. They've also let these people go, or sold these people. A few big ones. Georgian de Arrascaeta is a good player. He's gone to Flamengo. They've also sold Lucas Romero to Independiente. Hernan Barcos, who is a legend of football in my opinion, has also been released. He's gone on a free transfer to Atletico Nacional. So there's the business so far and the budgets. We are not working with a lot. It's going to be a lot of trying to survive the first season, I reckon. Trying to have a solid first season and build from there if possible. Right, first thing that I've noticed about the club is that we have no staff. We have only 5 members of staff on the coaching staff. The boards feel that with just 5 members of staff employed, the coaching team is understaffed and more personnel should be recruited to take it up to the minimum expected capacity of 6. So we need to at least bring another coach. And if you look here, we don't have an assistant manager. So I think the first thing that we're going to get cracking with is to go and find an assistant manager. Just looking as well over here, we have no chief scout. We only have 3 out of 8 possible scouts. We have no technical directors and chief data analysts, no loan manager, etc. We are also missing any physios at the club. We're just the head physio. We don't have a head of sports science, and so quite a few members of staff that we need to go and recruit. So first thing that we're going to do here is get into finding some of those. I have had a look. I found this guy. Well, basically what I've done is I did a little search here. I looked for assistant managers that were fairly decent in judging player ability, potential and man management. These were the guys that came up: Alejandro Russo and Juan Chumba. Now I am tempted by Juan Chumba because of his name. However, he's not quite as good. I'm just going to tweak this, see what I find. Alejandro Russo is just the best one, I think. He's the guy that I have put a bid in and approached. There he is, Alejandro Russo. He is Argentinian, and he's an under-20s manager for San Lorenzo under-20s, obviously. He's got decent judging player ability and potential, which I think will be useful when trying to sort out who my best team is going to be. And yeah, without knowing them too well and not knowing the league too well, I think it'll be useful to have an assistant that can judge players' ability quite nicely and their potential as well. So I have made an approach for him, 2.5k per week, a couple of bonuses, and he is willing, finalised deal, to come in and join as an assistant manager. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is get him in. Alongside this, I have only just noticed this. If you look at our coaching, defending coaching, we are the worst in the Minas States Championship, which is, I'm not really quite sure how it works, but we are the 20th best team, or the worst team, at defending coaching, and also the worst at attacking coaching. I think we're the worst in these three as well. Our coaching setup is appalling. It's dreadful. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find some coaches that I think can help us, because we have excellent training facilities. We just have no decent coaches. So let's set up a couple of searches here. Let's do coaching coach, and let's try and find some. We don't need these now, so let's clear these away. Let's find an attacking coach and a defensive coach. Keep it really simple to start with. Let's do attacking is at least 18. Is there anybody? So there is one there that comes up. He's a head of youth development. Now he would be really useful if we can get him in, because of his judging player ability and potential as well. He's got 20 working with youngsters, 18 attacking. Another Argentinian. You know what? If he wants to join, he wants pretty big wages as a head of youth development. What about as a coach? What can we offer him? 2.7 as a coach? Yeah, this guy is going to be a no-go. He's going to be slightly too expensive. So let's drop that down to 17. And we've got a couple more options here. This guy's Dennis Bergkamp. Okay, I don't think Dennis Bergkamp's going to want to join us here at... You know what? He might. If we give him some bonuses, we're not far away from maybe getting Dennis Bergkamp in as a coach here. Can't go any more than that, which is a shame. Does he? Can't really do many clauses either. We can do that as well. No, we might just miss out on him. Do you know what? What's he like again? Let's have another look at that. Technical and attacking is why I want him. 2.7, it's not quite enough, is it? We're getting closer. I think he's going to get annoyed any second now, and I don't think we're going to... There we go. He's gone. We couldn't quite afford him. So our other options then, Kevin Sheedy, an Irishman. He is fairly good. He's pretty well-rounded. He's got good technical training and good attacking coaching. Discipline's good as well. Working with youngsters is good. Perhaps we get him in as a coach. He wants 6k, so I don't think this one's going to happen. He wants a little bit too much money as well. We'll let that one go. Vandenberg then. Not as good, but he does have decent attacking coaching. We are kind of scraping the barrel now. I'm assuming he's going to want a bit less. Yeah, he wants way less. He wants to also be a scout. I wonder if he has any interest in being a coach. Yes, but for 1k. Right, we're going to get him in. He will improve at least our attacking coaching. And alongside that, let's find a defensive coach as well by going here and going to defending. So defending, let's get it to at least 17. See how many we have. And there's a few. Let's go to 18. Who's bid for him? A few people have bid for this guy, this Tanahora. Oh, he does look good. I mean, they want him to be an assistant manager. I'm going to see if I can get him as a coach and beat them to him and see what we can do. He wants... Oh, done. Right, we're going to get him in as our defensive coach. Then he has 19 defending, 18 working with youngsters. He'll be a pretty good improvement to our coaching setup as well. So there's a couple of staffing upgrades then that we'll try and get in. we've received a couple of bids for Bruno Lopez, who was already on the transfer list when we arrived. It's for not very money at all, but I'm going to see if I can just push it up a little bit. Maybe over 100k. I'm not sure that it's really worth it, but I think I would be quite happy to sell him. He's already listed and he doesn't look great, so I'm going to ask for that. Let's move him on. It might be the first transfer that we do here with Cruzeiro then. Right, we're going to meet the media. Let's attend our press conferences. What are your initial thoughts on taking the Cruzeiro job? Can't wait to get stuck in. They're a massive club. Do you have any reservations? None. Yeah, I'm only 27. I'm actually 28. I need to change that. It's the wrong age. But I don't think age is important. Not at all. You don't have much of a reputation. No, I don't. But you need to leave me alone. Paulo Ricardo Torres Lima. The most Brazilian name you could ever have there. Do we have the necessary quality? Possibly. I'm going to prove to them that I've earned their trust. How far can you take them? We're aiming high. How hard can you expect to work the players on the training ground? Hard. Will you be looking towards the likes of Ezekiel as the main focal point of this team now? He's a tremendous player. Will Enrique remain as your captain? I can't remember. Did I say I was going to start him? I think I did. Yes. You've joined Cruzeiro at a time when the club seems a little short-staffed. Is this something you'd be looking to address? I mean, we've just shown we're going to get some coaches in. There's a couple I've already offered deals for. You've taken judgment. It's widely expected that Dede will... I definitely need to keep Dede. He's our best player, I think, or at least one of our best players. And that one there, that is our little press conference then. Hopefully the media liked us. They seemed quite harsh. They were really going for it there. All right, so I've made a couple of bids as well, just looking. I've made a bid for Thiago Almada. He's not currently interested in joining. I would love to get him in. At 17 years old, we know how good he can turn out. Getting him in early at someone like Cruzeiro would be a dream. However, he's not currently interested. So what I've done is I've made him our top target. We will scout him. We will pester him. We'll get our players to endorse the move, all of that stuff. See if we can't persuade him to join. However, in the meantime, I also made a bid for his Argentinian compatriot, Ezekiel Palacios, and we did have a bid accepted for him. It does rise to 7 million, but it is only 1 point something million to start off with, which we could afford. It's a big transfer. However, I think actually we can afford to do it. We'll just have to maybe not make much profit on him in the future. Starting negotiations, he really doesn't want... he wants a bit too much, basically. But I'm hoping that by putting in a big sell-on fee percentage that he might be persuaded. No, I'm not sure. Look, we've got 8.5k to offer him. And yeah, it's going to be one of those. It might not happen. We can't really stretch quite high enough, I don't think. We can put these all as high as we can go and pray. But yeah, the sell-on fee I'm hoping was going to be the one. It doesn't seem to be. We can put this in as well as a release clause to hopefully, tempt him a little bit. Put these up as much as we can. Spend big and he can be our main signing, but I can't see him going from wanting 20k to suddenly going for this, to be quite honest. Is there any other bonuses that we can offer him? Goal bonus, perhaps? Let's chuck it all in. If we reach the quarterfinals, you can have another 85k there. This is definitely negligent on my part for in terms of finances, but I want to sign him. That's not going to work. International cap bonus if he makes caps for... No. So I think there's more chance of getting Almada, but it's going to be one of those. We'll try, but it may be that getting them to Cruzeiro might be one step too far. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Joga Bonito by me, Clates FM. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on to be notified, and to make sure you are here for the next video, the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back very soon. Peace.